Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Hager. This is their part number 1418. This is a flush bolt shown in the US10A antique bronze style finish. Let's remove it from the packaging. This would be a flush bolt used in residential door applications. Certainly wood door applications as well. This would be a bolt that would be used on a taller than average door. Not necessarily, you don't have to use it on a taller than average door, but you would certainly want a bolt that is longer like this on an 8-foot door. Okay. Generally, you wouldn't have a bolt so long in a standard length door, or a standard height door, but in this case, I think that you would. The rod length is 16-inch. And that is indeed the length of the rod. To the center line of the actuating part is about 21 and a half inch. So from what would be the top of the door, and you could, but you wouldn't use this at the bottom. You would use a standard length rod. Down to the center of where you're going to actuate this is going to be that 21 and a half inch. Okay. And that would be very normal and typical for an 8-foot tall door. Residential applications, front door of the home, pair of 8-foot doors, bingo. This is what you're going to use. The 1418, this is shown in the US10A antique bronze finish. Pretty close to antique brass, but just has bronze tones in it. Very nice, attractive finish, there's no doubt. Brass faceplate and steel components. I would be surprised to learn if that was brass. Might be zinc. I doubt that this faceplate is actually brass. If anything, this is probably all zinc. I could be wrong. They say brass faceplate with steel components. Given the cost of this item, I doubt there's zero brass involved. It's just not that expensive to have brass. It will have this steel component in the back, that flat spring that's there, that linkage, that mechanism that will allow you to operate the unit. Okay. That keeps it securely in the up or down position. They say that the back set is 3/8. The back set, the term back set is a term used to define the edge of the door to the center of something, whether it be a preparation or it be a reinforcement. It can be a lot of different things, but that's what it means in this case. And when we get to the template, we'll go over that a little bit more. The faceplate, 2 and 23/32 by 7 3/8. Yeah, maybe 23/32. The Hager catalog is relatively fraught with simple typographical errors. By the time you're seeing this video, I'll have that faceplate dimension corrected. Strike 5/8 by 1/2. That doesn't seem right either. 5/8 by 1.5 inches. Okay, let's take a look at that. Small little strike plate with the screws are going to be in here, and we'll just not cut that out of the paperwork, or cut it out of the packaging. 1.5 inches by 5/8. The two long screws will obviously be for the flush bolt. The two shorter ones will be for the strike. Bolt throw is 3/4 inch. That means when we throw that, we're getting 3/4 inch extension out of it. Okay. Rod length is indeed 16-inch. That we know. A little bit heavy on 16-inch. And the diameter of the head, which is threaded on as well, which you can tailor that. That rod diameter, 0.315. 0.315. Okay. Now, let's talk about the links below this video, the product catalog and the template. Now, the link below this video will get us to the product catalog and the template. Let's take a look at the product catalog first. that will allow us to ease into the different products from Hager. So you can see in this product catalog, they have a number of different pieces of residential hardware, kick-down door holders and other door stops, spring style, flexible style, solid style, hinge pin stops. A door guard, you're going to see that, of course, on not hospitals. You're going to see them in hotels. This is not a fire-rated version at all. You could not use this on a fire-rated door. So be mindful that this model would not work for that. Plus, I don't believe it's ADA compliant either. That's a different video. Flush bolts. Now we get to the 1416 and the 1418 and the 1419 series of material. Now, the 1416 is smaller than 1418. That's a smaller number. Well, it goes to serve that there's no extension on here at all. This just gets mounted up into the corner. Our 1418 bolt that we're looking at, and here is all of the important dimensional properties listed here that we'll go over when we look at the template. But this is the product catalog showing you the different finishes that it is available in. Okay, obviously available in polished brass, satin brass, antique bronze, bronze with a lacquer on it, antique nickel, polished chrome, satin chrome, and ABA. That is a uni sort of antique bronze type finish as well. Hager likes those variations on bronze. They offer that US10A and a lot of hardware ABA as well. Indicates what's included here. Then, of course, the 1419 bolt is going to be the sister bolt to the 1418 because of its lever mechanism, whereas that 1416 is a different slide type. Okay, so it'd be very normal to expect to see an order for a 1418 for an 8-foot door and then a 1419. Top of the door, bottom of the door. Okay. The rest of this catalog will show other builders' hardware, ball latches, magnetic catches, closet rods, okay, handrail brackets. Now, when we get back to the page, let's look at the template now. And the template is going to give us what this needs to look like in terms of the overview of what your door needs to be prepped for. You'll recall the backset term that was used. They said that it was 3/8 backset. So they're saying here 27/64. 1 divided by 64 times 27.42 inch. So that's going to be larger than 3/8 of an inch backset. Okay, so they give us 3/8 backset. So the template's going to be the most current document to certainly be working from. They also say that it was 23/30 seconds wide on the preparation. And I just said that the template was the most current and accurate document. When I put my caliper on the width of the faceplate, I come up with 0.723. There's no way that this is 13/30 seconds, because that's less than a half of an inch. It's closer to 3/8 if anything. So it said in the product catalog the 1418 was 23/30 seconds wide. Okay, so 23/30 seconds, 1 divided by 32 times 23. I said it was 0.72. Yeah, that's certainly what it is. Okay, so 23/30 seconds would be the width. So you definitely don't want to mortise this based on the information on this template, which is clearly incorrect. I will search for a updated template, and if there is one, I will update it. This, I don't see a revision date that I can ascertain, but they have the template number and revision 01. So we'll see about updating that. The bottom line, however, if I'm going to lay this on its side, get a little better view of it, all I need to do is just route this 6 3/4 long channel, okay, and then just these two little ears here and here. However, it's going to be drilling that hole through the edge of the door. That won't be something that will be field done at all. So you'll want to be sure that your preparation is already done in your door if you're replacing them. Obviously, that matches the new hardware, error aside. Or that you are indicating to the manufacturer the hardware that you're using and supplying, of course, either the hardware itself so that they can install it for you or a proper template. Okay, it's a very easy preparation, and basically all you do is you would set your router, the depth here, which they're saying is 2130 seconds, that entire dimension from 16 5/8 to the top of that body, run that all the way long, decrease your depth on your router bit to 530 seconds, and just run the difference, which would be 7 7/16 minus 6 3/4 divided by 2. A little bit here and a little bit over here is all that would end up needing to be done there. So it is indeed a simple preparation. But again, prepping that flush bolt rod in the field is something that's generally not done at all, and that's done at the factory. It's possible to do it, but that has a very small back set. So your bit, even though they're saying it's 3/8 diameter, would be incredibly close to the edge of the door. Very risky to burst through the edge of the door. I've done that before. I've drilled these preparations for standard extension flush bolts on commercial doors hundreds of times, and I have gotten into trouble a couple of times because you're cutting through generally disparate material in here. But that preparation is not meant to be done at all in the field whatsoever. So we're going to see about getting a new template for here, and we're going to correct the extended description information here to correct that typo. Okay, now let's finish up this video. So the name Hager is synonymous with many things. Their name really known most commonly as Hager Hinge. People think of Hager as a hinge company. They are a lot more than just a hinge company. They may have been a hinge company in 1852, but they were certainly by 1900. And I have a Hager catalog that dates to about 1904, I believe. And I will get that scanned and uploaded to the site at some point in the future. They are synonymous with hinges, door closers, exit devices, lock sets, electrified hardware, weather stripping, sliding door hardware, trim and auxiliary, roton hinges, accessories like filler plates. They basically have everything for the door opening except the door and frame itself. There's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Hager products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. I would encourage you to review their catalog. It's about the size of a phone book if it were to be printed out. That just reflects on their comprehensive product offering. They're a company who wants to be as entrenched as they can in the hardware space, and they are definitely determined to do so. I am familiar with their doggedness at having proactive relationships with their distribution. I have very excellent relationship with my local rep at this time. There's a gentleman who represents Hager who is constantly participating in DHI education. So they're invested in the long-term growth of their product line. They have been in business literally since the mid-19th century. And that's a fact that Hager is quite proud of, and their client base, the customers, the people who use the Hager product are very loyal to them. If you have any questions on the Hager 1418 extension style residential flush bolt or any other Hager product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.